Well, this might be the last video with this van, and you know, it's a shame in some ways, but hey, we've learnt so much. What I'm going to do today is just take you through what we've actually done with it and where we're going next, perhaps with or without it. One of the good things I've liked about this van is it's been a good starter. Now, I haven't actually driven this, and since its MOT, which was, oh gosh, must be about 6 weeks ago. So let's see how good it starts. When I've not been running it for a while, I always let the glow plugs go twice. And we're off. Can't complain about that, can I? You do get to park up in some really nice places, you know. Unfortunately, it can be just a tad tight. And to be honest, that's one of the main issues that we've had. It's been a little bit off-putting for the kind of thing we want to do. Some of the park-ups we've stayed in, perhaps just a little bit too ambitious. Yeah, and especially, you know, at this point it's one of the holidays for the schools. The good thing is, no matter where you are, you can always have a brew. But it might be worth showing you how the kitchen unit was put together. We used 25mm by 25mm wood, you know, 1 inch by 1 inch. Made a framework and just simply screwed it together. Made sure that it would fit in space, and we intend to tech screw it to the side of the van so it won't move around. Then we put the cross members in so that it was held at the right distance apart. It's good fun making something like this. It comes together quite quickly, and once we've done it, fit in a treat. We used the template to actually mark out for the cutout for the sink, and it's important you make sure you follow the template exactly. If you diverge from it, you might find you've cut some parts out which are actually used for mounting it. Ask me how I know. Fitting the sink in was quite easy once we'd cut it out and had it in very quickly. Plumbed it in, then we could get on with having a brew. Lovely. Showing you how the van was actually fitted out, we got some bespoke mattresses which actually we only put inside a duvet cover, but it still looks quite neat. And it's this typical pull-out lats. It's in 2 sections. I probably used too heavy a grade of wood for this, but it was less expensive than lighter wood, so it worked out okay. Got some great overhead storage, got 5 cupboards all together on each side. And as usual, you fill them with all kinds of junk. At the front, above the driving compartment, where you keep all the bedding, the diesel heater's built in at the end of the bed, and it's inside a little unit that's got a USB charging point, and there's a couple of other USB charging points knocking about. And to fill it, you just lift off the top. Cupboards underneath the cooker unit and the sink filled with the water container and the gas at the moment. Never quite got to finishing this off. Intended to put the water in a tank underneath. Same with the wastewater. I intended to run that to a tank underneath, but never got round to it. As for privacy and at night, got blackout blinds for the 2 side windows, which work amazingly well. Also use a bit of tape sometimes just to hold them back. Use some blackout material for the back windows and made curtains for the other end where the driving cab is that you put up at night. It actually works out really well. It's pitch black inside, especially when you turn off the lights. There's ventilation, you pop up the top, and the fan's got multiple settings. When we got this van, we chose the size specifically so we could have an area where we were going to build in a shower and perhaps even put in a cassette toilet. For now though, it provides privacy and it does have a toilet, that you can empty and remove. We never finished off the walls and the back, intended to actually panel in the back, but this worked. For safety, there's a smoke alarm and there's a monitor for the battery. We only use the battery charged from the actual vehicle. I think I did a lovely job of the roof. It's actually the kind of panels you use on the sides of showers and bathrooms. Unfortunately, just weren't quite long enough, so I need to think about how I'm going to actually trim the edges and trim the end so that it's not obvious that they're just running out. We have quite enjoyed a bit of van life, but when we were first thinking of this van, we actually had in mind doing a lot more than we eventually did with it. What I mean by that is, we thought we were going to go on sort of tours of all over Scotland and tours of Kent. We didn't. We did 1 or 2, maybe 3-day trips at the most. And to a certain extent, the size of the van's been the thing that's restricted us. Because we like to go and look at town centres, city centres, go into museums. And the size of this, it does make it so you have to think a lot more about it when you're trying to park up anywhere. And it just becomes a bit of a nuisance. So we've decided that we're going to move on and perhaps get a different one. But we've really enjoyed the trips, not just with the nearest and dearest. The young gun and I have been to quite a few bike shows, and we'd really miss having the van for bringing back our next project. Why not subscribe, see what happens with this and with our other projects? But thanks very much for watching.